that was nice. All right, so I wanted to start by revealing a secret. And it's actually not going to be my secret. It's going to be the secret of the other speakers from Infoshare. I wanted to show you a list of speakers that used this opportunity, this event, their talks, to market their business. And that list is, well, pretty short. But before I tell you how they use public speaking in their marketing, I wanted to start by telling you a story. This is John, and John has a problem. John, well, at work, he needs to solve some problem. So he asks the first person we all ask when we have a problem, Google. So he Googled meetings about his problem, and he found this great event called Problems and Challenges Meeting a Network, which shortens to Pac-Man, and he went to the website. It was a nice website, and he decided that, yes, this is the event he should register to. But then John has to go and solve another problem, and that problem is his boss. And at this point, there starts something that I actually call mortal office combat. A conversation which includes a lot of talking about deadlines, time, about money and budgets. But, well, it's not so easy. But in the end, John manages to convince the boss, and yes, he's going to the event. So yeah, he goes to the event. The venue is absolutely wonderful. The coffee is great. The people, well, he loves the people there. And he goes into the conference room, and the conference is about to start. And he has such high expectations. This is going to be so amazing, and this very event is going to help him solve all the problems that he has at work. And then what the hell happens then? I mean, sure, I created that slide, sure, but here's a real one. Yeah, and I actually love this confidential in the slide. Obviously, there was a logo on the slide. I covered it because of, I don't know if Rodo covers this, but yeah, I don't want to reveal it. So I bet you've seen slides like this one at least once. I think you've seen them more than once, to be honest. And when we see slides like that, the first thing that comes to our mind is, well, boredom, maybe confusion, maybe anger, sadness, or something stronger, right? But it's still fine because this is some speaker. I mean, he's going to finish soon, and there's going to be another one, hopefully better one. But what if, just what if, this speaker represents your company? Now, that's not something you would like, right? You would sit there in the audience, looking at the person, your colleague from your company, and thinking, why the hell did we agree to let him speak here, him or her? That would be ridiculous. So what should you do? Should you not speak at events? Well, I think it's not really the solution. So I think we need to shift our mindsets. I think we should think differently about public speaking in general. And the way I think you should think about public speaking is that public speaking is part of content marketing. It's not just some, tool you go on stage and you mumble a few words. No, it's really a part of content marketing. And the first speaker today, he actually was talking about that as well. But you have to know that it's not a sprint. It's obviously a marathon, and in this marathon, you need to know what your goal is. So what do you want to achieve with the speech that you're giving at the event? And it can be different things. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't start with ideas, so you can share ideas. And I have a background with TEDx. I was a TEDx organizer. So spreading ideas is something that I associate myself a lot with. But other than spreading ideas, it may be raising awareness. And what you've seen today, a few moments ago when Paweł Sala was speaking, he was raising awareness of using email marketing tools, right? It just happens that he was talking about fresh mail. But in general, he was raising your awareness regarding email marketing tools. The same goes for Michał Sadowski, who you've probably seen. He's speaking tomorrow, and he does that as well. He raises awareness regarding internet monitoring tools, and it just happens to be that he uses Brand24 as an example. Then you can also show your products, and this is important not to confuse it with sales. You shouldn't sell your products. You may show your products, but in a way that gives value to the audience. So again, Paweł and Michał, they do that. They show their products, but they give value to the audience. Then you may want to be perceived as an expert. And as an expert, if you're, for example, a consultant, you may be hired by somebody from the audience because they see that you are an expert in the field. That's also something important if you're inside of a company. If you work for a company where getting promoted is something you wanna achieve, then public speaking inside of the company will help you get promoted as well. But you need to do it well. This is showing yourself as an expert inside of the company. And then you can use public speaking as an employer branding tool. Because if you show your company as a good place to work, if the speaker, be it a manager, for example, if he's a great speaker, he may give he may show that the company is great as well. So whatever your goal is, and it probably may be even more than I listed, it's not always going to be easy. Things are going to be hard. There's a lot of mistakes that people are doing, and some of the mistakes I'm going to list now so that you don't have to make them. So first, not attending or not speaking at the right event. You may think if you are, for example, a marketer, that you should speak at a marketing event. Sure, depends on the goal, but in general, you should pick events where your clients are. And Neil Patel, for example, he said that even though he's a marketer, he'd rather speak at let's say, a health conference than a marketing conference, because he's most likely to get a new client from a health conference than a marketing conference. So you have to know, first of all, what's your goal, but then what's the audience of the event, and if there's your target. Another thing is that the speaker is not well prepared, and that happens all too often, and it's actually easy to avoid, because first of all, you should identify a speaker in your company, and it not necessarily is going to be the CEO, maybe it's going to be some specialist. Why not let him or her speak at the event? Then it would be good to prepare the speaker, and you can do it yourself, sure. You'll probably avoid the biggest mistakes, like sales from the stage, or the speaker starting from talking about the company or himself. But then you can also buy the speaker some books that he's going to read, and based on that, he's going to prepare. Anything written by Nancy Duarte is good. For example, Resonate. Thank you, Camille. Yeah, I was looking for that title. Resonate. It's a very good book, so we can start with that. Or you can hire a trainer. You have a couple of them here at the event. You can pick one, and the trainers will help as well. And then you have to send the speaker to the right event. Like in the first point, you have to pick the right event and send them there. Okay, so next thing is sales. So I said it a couple of times. Paweł said it a couple of times. You shouldn't sell at events. You shouldn't sell directly to your audience, because we don't like that when we're at events and people are selling to us. So I'd rather, casually just slip in some information regarding either the company or the projects into the talk. And at some point I was working with a client and he was representing a big IT company, and he was speaking at an IT event. He was talking about Internet of Things. And the company wanted to share their knowledge, but at the same time, it would be nice if the speaker was connected to the company so that the audience knows that he represents them. So when he was listing different types of Internet of Things technologies, he was also using examples from the company, examples of projects that they are working on. The projects were really cool, so the examples were good, but they were not the only examples that he used. Nevertheless, people heard about the company. It wasn't sales. It was actually very good value. Then you should be available at the event, because what's the point if you come to the event, you give a talk, and then you're gone? People cannot really talk to you. So either stay at least one break afterwards, or attend a networking party. That would be best solution. If your company is the partner of the event and you can have a stand in the networking space, that's even better. You can be there, you can be available to the audience and talk to them. Then I've seen one company do that at a conference in Wrocław, and they created a leaflet about the speaker. It was very short. It said, John Smith is the speaker at this event. He speaks at 3 o'clock. We're here to support him. It will be happy if you will attend too. And then the logo of the company. Nothing more. They were just showing the support for the speaker. And they left the leaflets on the seats in the networking, in the event space just before the event. A nice touch. And it's cool employer branding because it shows that they care about their employees and they support them. Then you can do the obvious thing, so invite your potential clients or your existing clients. Let them see your talk, let them see that you are an expert and that you can share your knowledge, right? So this is about sales. Don't sell directly from the stage, do it in a lot of different ways. Now, during your speech, if you are the speaker that is representing the company, there's also a couple of things you can do. So you can make a Facebook Live. Or if the event is recorded and there's a live stream, obviously share it. You can start a discussion in social media, or some other employee can first answer questions in social media, and then you as a speaker, directly after you go off stage, you can answer some more questions as well. Then, in your presentation, it's nice to have something I call a photo slide, so a slide that people can take a photo of. And very often at conferences you can see, and today I've seen it many times, for example, in Maciek Lewiński's talk, that people are just taking phones out and they're taking photos of some slide. It's nice to have your logo, maybe some contact information on that slide, kind of a life hack, a presentation hack, because if people are taking the photo, it's still going to spread and people will know who to contact regarding the stuff that is on the slide. And you can give a gift, most likely at the end of the presentation. And I'm going to have a gift for you as well. And then there's stuff you can do after the presentation, right? So after the presentation, the most obvious thing is to put your presentation on SlideShare. Another thing is to use the recording of your presentation, of your talk, in video marketing. And that's something that, I don't know if you know Sprawny Marketing and I Love Marketing conference, they use it very well. So you can observe them, you can see what they are doing and even copy, because this is great stuff. And one more tip regarding the videos. If you have a video, then why not transcribe it? The transcription will support your SEO for the website, and your website is going to be boosted in the rankings. So transcribe your talk. You can even translate it as well later on. And a good example here is TED, the conference TED. They have most of their talks posted online, They use it in video marketing as well, obviously, and most of their talks are transcribed. Most of their talks are also translated. And yeah, so by doing that, you can make John happy. He doesn't have to endure the cringe-worthy presentations, cringe-worthy talks. And this is actually very simple. You just have to be a good enough speaker. You don't even have to be perfect. You just have to be good. You have to be good enough so that people want to listen to you. And this mindset shift, it's very important so that you think about public speaking as part of marketing. It's a great tool to use in marketing, so use it properly. And to summarize this, start by finding the right event, identify the speakers in your company, and prepare them, obviously. Then be available at the event, and make sure that the speaker is available at the event. Make buzz around your talk in social media and in media in general, and then do something with it afterwards as well. I see you notice that this is my photo slide, so awesome. Thank you very much.